Hello and welcome back to the Shattered Isles. Let's delve right into it. The Rough Riders have uh, secured themselves a ship, and they have been recruiting to fill this ship to go on the most epic adventure of all time, or possibly not. We'll see. But the SS Georgie awaits with the fine carving of a boar as the figurehead. The sails rolled up, but you can just kind of make out the "That's all, folks" on the bottom, and the first crewmate begins to walk down the pier. It's as you're looking up the pier, there's this dwarf kind of waddling his way down. He's wearing a very tall cap, and he's got another dwarf behind him who's lugging this like huge chair, like this huge chair. And as he's getting closer, you start to realize that he's actually much closer than you thought. And he's very short, even for a dwarf. Yeah, but he's wearing this tall black cap, and it's obviously meant to make him look a little bit taller. But as he comes up, he's ahoy. He's like, I'll be the captain on this ship. I've got some experience, and I'm happy to come aboard. I'm happy to set sail with you.
How's he gonna be our captain if he can't even see above the wheel?
Oh,
Are you asking him that?
Um,
yes.
yes.
So, so Balthazar disliked that, and he kind of looks down and kind of mutters to himself a little bit, and he's like, "Don't you worry about me. I'm worried more about whipping you guys into shape and keeping this ship running smoothly." And you see he kind of tugs at his beard, and he has this real thick black beard, and he has like thick black hair and this thick black beard, and it's in all these tiny little braids, except for in the center there's a real thick braid, and it's adorned with like a couple like jewels and like just trinkets, and then like you see there's a some shark teeth wrapped around it. The dwarf behind him who's been lugging this huge chair, you notice that it's a chair for the captain's quarters, and it makes him sit quite a lot higher, and it looks like there might be like a barrel stashed underneath it, but
He's got a Zuckerberg booster seat.
Like a high chair.
it's a captain's
He's
chair.
gonna sit at the end of the table of the booth.
Oh man, we're roasting this dude. We're roasting him even harder than we roasted the Bootlicker's Bane. That's not true. We burned them alive.
He's like, "Well, I see this is gonna be a long voyage."
I'm gonna make him feel better. I'm gonna play him a song on my concertina. Ooh, it's a pretty middling performance.
Yeah,
I do. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
so
I like to move it.
So the dwarf that brought the chair and put it in the captain's quarters. He comes back out, and he starts coming back up the pier with this little step stool, and he ends up strapping it to the railings, like on the on the back of the ship.
Okay, well, if Boffside and his little buddy are just gonna softball all these jokes at us, how are we supposed to not react? If he's gonna come in, what's next? Is he gonna come in with like some like platform shoes for him? Like, what's the deal? Is he gonna have stilts? Because how small he is, I guess.
All right. Then your sister comes walking down the dock.
Yeah.
She doesn't actually have blades in her hand; those are drumsticks. But she has the drum that you gave her strapped to her back. She looks a little uh, like hesitantly about at the whole situation, but she's ready. She's ready to get aboard.
I guess I should take my drum out of my inventory. I don't have it anymore.
So she kind of nods at you as she walks past and gets aboard.
Yo.
All right. Next, you see this middle-aged, well, middle-aged man, but he's got his middle-aged human is, but his the gray hair. You can see the gray hair sticking out from below his helmet, and he kind of walks up and he's like real stiff, real like great posture and everything, and he has like a shield on his side, and he's like, "I'm happy to be serving with you. My name is Ashton."
Kutcher?
Clark Ashton Smith.
Welcome aboard, Ashton.
So he he's pretty average height for a human, but
That's what all the girls say.
he seems pretty tall after watching Boff Zed come aboard.
Dandy,
Because he's so small.
Dandy, are you swimming or what are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
Going for a quick dip before you get on the boat.
Yeah. I want to see if I can play my concertina underwater.
Jeez. All right.
Cannot.
Oh my god! Can't go on the boat, I go into it.
There.
Isn't that where you're gonna be anyways?
Okay, there we go. There we go. I have a history of setting boats on fire.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's avoid it this time since it's our boat, sort of.
So next you see Hunalyn coming down, a dwarven woman with she has blonde hair and it's in like these thick braids, but she seems to have like flowers and stuff like kind of weaved into them, not like real colorful flowers, just kind of more of a viney type, and she's pretty slender. And she's got these real dark brown eyes and freckles, and she's coming, and she's wheeling this wheelbarrow, and it looks like it's just full of dirt. And she's like, "Hello, I'm Hunalyn. I'll be your cook. I'll be right back." And so she goes onto the ship. She wheels like the dirt down below, and she comes back up with an empty wheelbarrow. She goes back up the pier, goes and she comes back and this time she's got a tree, like in the wheelbarrow. Not a real large tree, and she kind of looks at you and she's going by and just gets on board and she puts the tree up beside one of the masts and like kind of straps it down to it. And then she comes back
Well,
and
sorry, go ahead.
she comes back and she's like, I'll be cooking for you, and hoping to find some great ingredients out there on this adventure. I feel like I'm forgetting some. Oh, and she wanders back there and she starts bringing back all the like the dry goods, like the flours and like the salted meats and like the sort of the actual like the food ready. And she's like, I get so caught up in trying to always
Feed us
find my
dirt.
dinner. I'm not used to having like all this with me, so this is great.
She's going to feed us all dirt. Did anyone else have a panic that she was a vampire's familiar and she was putting dirt on the boat to bring the coffin so the vampire could cross the water?
Jeez. How does a half orc know so much about vampire lore?
The hell is happening?
All right. So next you see one of the dwarves from Torkel's group with a shaved beard. You kind of found him because he's shown to be quite loyal. Like even after he was kind of disgraced by Torkel, he served under his command for decades. So he he's kind of got like this shaggy black hair, just kind of covers his eyes, and he's walking. He's like pretty tense, but he's like, hello, happy to be aboard. Can I do anything for you?
You just keep doing you, Wendell X. Good to have you on board. Also, his new name is Wendell X.
I thought it's Wadarium.
Don't tell me.
I say Wendelum, but whatevs. So next you see a familiar face coming down. The elvish woman from Gronst, who she explains that she was off putting the Ankeg carcass at her parents' grave when she saw the smoke billowing from Valerio and knew that y'all had headed that direction. So she decided to come check it out from a distance. When the orcs were driven out, she came in and heard about you guys recruiting and needing a hunter. She decided she could repay the favor.
She's the one that we used that sheep, right?
Yeah, you didn't want to talk to her. You wanted to talk to this sheep instead. Like, oh, there's an elvish woman. Never mind her. Let's talk to the sheep.
I remember her.
Is the sheep coming aboard?
No.
Wait, she's the one who hid in that tree while we had to fight something, right?
Yeah, she
She
pushed out.
took a nap in a tree while you guys crawled under a house into a snake den. So
No, not. There's no we.
Yeah,
There's no
you keep
We.
you keep throwing the we in there.
All right. Next, you see this grumpy old man with he's got a peg leg. He's kind of hobbles over and he's like, "Hey, I think you're gonna tear this ship to pieces. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen." And you see he's got his hammers in his hand, and he signals to his fellow dwarf to as he wheels aboard like all these different like carpenter supplies, like different tools that he need, different like bits of lumber, like anything he might need to like work on the ship.
Oh, man.
Carpenter has a peg leg. Nice.
Yeah.
We'll have to introduce him to another carpenter we know. If we get over to Lance,
Hey,
introduce him to...
you trying to replace me already?
Nah,
I
Grand
built
Moff
the
Doyle is too busy running a city. But he'll like to talk to you about toilets.
Well, great.
Now we got Bird Dog on.
Bird dog, jeez. Should I even bother with names? Should you guys just want to?
No, you have to make up names so that I can mess them up.
Okay.
If you don't make names, then how am I going to mess them up in hilarious ways?
Do you want me to like switch them all to nicknames like yours, Dandy? So it's actually like Bird Dog and whatever.
No,
else
I'll
you want.
remember. Wendell X.
Wendell X.
Balthazar. What did I call the one dude? Actually, I had Clark Ashton Smith.
All right. So the captain he brought aboard a couple papers and maps and things, and he's in the captain's quarters. and he's he's laying some things out, and he's got a couple rough drawings, but it's not very detailed. Uh, Mim, do you want to see if you can help him out with the maps?
Yeah, sure.
Probably. I'm not sure what you want to do for like the random memory check. If you want to just do it as an intelligence thing, or if you want to do it as a history.
Do history.
All right. So you get to where you're helping him with the map, and you're able to, he's stayed pretty he's stayed pretty local. He was a captain of like a pretty large fishing vessel before, so most of his voyage were to the west. But yeah, you're able to start getting a pretty good idea of things. Drawing like like you have the island where Polance was, and you've got you've got an idea of where the islands that the Orcish city was on, and you've kind of traveled around a couple of these places, but you don't remember too much. But the city of Sal Bracco, like the name just kind of comes to you, and that's the city that Renga is from. Renga was probably a little too young to really remember the name, or just traumatized in general. So that's right over here. So, it's like, okay, so Sal Bracco. Well, it's quite a voyage, but I need to train you guys somehow. Which way are we gonna be traveling? A ship this size might be better to loop around to the open ocean. A little bit more freedom there, and might be a little bit more dangerous if we try to navigate through towards the center of the Isles.
But danger is my middle name.
Danger.
No, we should do it. So this place safe. We'll go around. We'll go to the ocean. But I have concerns. Are there sea monsters?
There's many creatures in the sea, but we haven't. I've never had a ship sunk. They mostly mind their business when the fishing vessel is around.
All right, let's go. Let's go out to the open ocean. Let's see some action.
Is this to scale the ship?
No, this is like your wooden thing that you have placed on the map, to kind of
Okay.
to like kind of drag it around so you can see which way we're going. Yeah, he gets to kind of talking about how on his fishing vessel, like before the world shattered, it was a lot more risky to go out on a fishing vessel because we had to worry about the beast riders to the south. But because he explains how this whole area here was just like a river. So Valeria was a port city, which is why it has like boats established already. But it was just a river, and the last like war that the city of Valeria was in was against the Beast Riders, and like they ended it before the world shattered, but when the world shattered, that really solidified it because it broke them off. They didn't have access, so he says we'll probably want to stay clear of the south. So he starts giving the commands, and he starts giving a tutorial to everybody about like kind of how to sail the ship, like what needs to be done as far as the sails, what needs to be done as far as the anchor, and he kind of turns to you guys because you're the ones who recruited this crew, and he wonders who's assigned to what.
Um, well, it seems like most of the people that we got on board are already fit neatly into some archetypes. So
Yeah.
just just do what they do. That do what they do.
What do you
The
want?
tree lady will be our steward. The soldier dude will be the dude who helps guard the ship when we do stuff, and so on and so forth, and added finitum. I guess
What about Wendell X?
he should be our quartermaster or something. I don't know what was the plan for him. What was he supposed to be? Is he just a dude you got in there?
So I don't fully understand the role of the quartermaster. I kind of thought he was a representative of like the crew. Is that true? Like he kind of gives them the commands when the captain's not giving them commands. Is that kind of
It sounds about right.
More or less, but the quartermaster also takes inventory of things and all that.
Like
Like,
weapons
okay?
and
Because I kind of had in my head that that's what Ashton would be doing. Like,
oh, Clark Ashton Smith. Yeah,
yeah,
he can do that. That's cool with me.
but
But then,
kind of
what did you have in mind for Wendell X?
I kind of threw you
I think
a loyal
Wendell X
Wild
is a
card?
wild
a
card.
loyal dog. Yeah.
we should send somebody on shore to dig up maybe some
He,
fossils,
he
and
could
then maybe
be.
if we burned them, could create steam, and we could put a paddle on the back of the boat, and maybe the steam would push the paddle, and the boat would move by itself.
Wow.
That sounds like fucking nonsense.
Okay, never mind. Carry on.
Wind power is eternal.
Yeah, I don't want to start global warming and destroy the world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not like
well,
you've already had a
well,
hand in that already. All right. So,
what is going on out there? Is someone playing a Nintendo game?
That was my phone.
Oh
My
my
house
god!
phone. I hate that ringer. I want to throw my phone every time it rings.
can't you change it?
You can change your ringtone.
I have the ringer on the lowest volume too.
All right. Well, in any case, we let's start sailing to open ocean.
Open ocean.
We'll let everyone kind of do their thing. We got this. It's all good. We got Mad Dog, the carpenter. We got or Bird Dog or whatever his name was. We got Huntress and Navina or Helena or whatever her name is, and then we got
So, what are
we
your
got
guys' role on this ship? That's more kind of what I'm trying to get an idea of.
I am the ship's bard.
Okay.
I'm gonna give spiritual guidance to those who need it.
Okay. So,
I am the lookout.
who do you want to be the helmsman?
You know what? I should do that for sure. Totes and goats. Oh, or my sister could, I guess. She's pretty good with stuff. She's got a lot of finesse and dexterity.
All right. So you want your sister at the helm?
Yeah, non-negotiable. She's at the helm now.
You want anybody up in the crow's nest, or
I thought that's what Pig said he wanted to do. Be the
Peg, you're gonna
lookout.
be a crow's nest?
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Where's
sit
it
on the
at?
front of the ship. It's probably on top of this mast here. But all right, so
Yeah, but I'm also in charge of moving the sails. If we need to raise them or lower them,
okay.
I'm the best person for being in charge of the sails. And then I also play sometimes some music when people are doing their tasks in order to keep everyone on rhythm.
All right. So, Mim, what do you want to be doing? You want to be in charge of uh, designing the map and drawing on the map and putting
Yeah.
together like all the
Been a lot. Keeping the
detailing for the
minutes in
rest
the
of the.
meeting.
All right, so Sal Bracco, the city that you're beginning this voyage to, it's you kind of have this vague memory of it being a desert town, uh, and it's you remember as being it was getting it like got taken over, or it was being taken over by these this like this group of like martial artists, and you were pretty quick to get out before that all happened. But Renga was not so lucky.
It sounds like that one bit from Ep.1 where that one dude showed up and he fought all the masters of all the houses and beat them all up and get Ip Man out of retirement.
I thought it was
Fight
IP
him.
Man.
It's IP Man because Ip doesn't sound like a name. I'm pretty sure it's Ip Man. Ip Man is his name.
Thought it was Yipmon.
All right, so Bovzad's barking out commands about like adjusting the sails and pointing the ship and getting everything, getting you guys out to the open ocean. As you leave the port of Valeria, you look back to this city that's still smoldering from the the battle a week or so before. You see the mountains behind it from the home where most of these dwarves were born, and you think back on Tuba Judy and Grauntst and cities destroyed by this force that seems to be have its hands in all across the world, and you find yourself at a loss as to what that means and where how many more places are going to be influenced by his will. But then you see the open sea ahead of you, and just the blue waters and Ryguy, roll a religion check. Clear skies, or as far as you can see. The winds at your backs, and you're sailing along smoothly. The as you start to come around the I guess we'll go back to the map. As you start to come around this southern point, you catch a glimpse on the horizon, the lands to the south. These lands with these supposed beast riders, and you wonder for a moment like what that could entail and what could possibly be there. And then you look back towards the mainland, and you see the mountains start to die down, and it starts to become like these forests of all these like real thin trees, and you hear Bafzad mumbling about uh, like what year it is, and he's kind of flipping through a calendar and like that sort of thing. And he's like, we should be good. Apparently there's the storms, this incredible storm that occurs every 5 years or so, but they still got some time before that season. Uh, it's always a season where all the fishing vessels dock. So he knows.
Yeah, hey man, thanks for warning us about that before we went this way. Like, damn.
All right. So Renga, roll a perception check. Just smooth.
There's water.
Yep, smooth seas. Nothing to worry about.
Lots and
You know
lots
who
of
might
water.
be better in the that thing? Might be the hunter Navina. She might be good to have up there.
I actually have pretty good perception. If
I think pigs is pretty high.
I got a
Yeah,
6.
mine is. Oh well, it's not a 6. It's a 4.
All right. So you guys want to meet the crew? You want to chit chat with anybody?
I would like to talk to some of the crew. Is anybody feeling spiritual that I can convert?
Spiritual?
Yeah. Anybody seem like a Bible thought? I mean, not.
I mean, you could.
Everyone seems dumb enough to fall for his hokey religion.
Right, guy, roll a persuasion check.
That's probably gonna be terrible.
What?
What?
Sorry.
All right, so there's a lot of. Ragai kind of goes off on these mad ramblings about Eldith. I don't know if you want to voice some of those.
I just keep pouring water on my body, explaining them that it's cleansing me, but they think I'm crazy, and it just looks more like a sexual act than anything else.
So that probably means one of them wants to get in on it.
I want to talk to the carpenter, see if I can learn any new tricks for board carving.
Okay.
What's his name? Mudrug or something?
Murdrog.
Bird dog.
Mudvayne.
Murdrug. Cat dog.
That's a good one.
Nice.
That was a good show.
All right. So you approach Murdrog, and he's just kind of sitting by himself on the ship, and he's kind of leaning back on this barrel. And as you walk up to him, he looks like a pretty frail man. He's getting a little bit older for a dwarf, and he's got this leather cap that's kind of just barely over his eyes, and his beard, it's like this brown, but it's so light color that it almost looks orange in the sunlight. But he was recruited, like Dandy's word spreading around about the Rough Riders and their rules for rife. Really, he would
Rough
seem to
Riders
be
rule
one of
for,
the best shipbuilding carpenters out there that wanted to get out of the town. So you start to talk with him, and he's like, oh, can't believe I'm on this ship, but it's better than being back there in Valeria. Can you imagine how much they'd be having me work right now, rebuilding the whole city? Ugh, glad to get out. Yeah, did you decide on any of those to hold the crew to explain to the quartermaster to keep everyone in check?
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be things. I have a couple of them. Number one is X is gonna give it to you, and by that I mean everyone's got to look out for each other. And then I say, "Where's the hood at?" Which means won't go anywhere alone in a strange land. And then also, um, party up in here, which means, hey, let's drink some alcohol sometime. So, and then what was the last one? It was oh yeah. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop, which means look after like if you're gonna do something, think about whether it's gonna be for the benefit of all the crew, or if you're just causing shenanigans. See how you can open up shop without your crew. That's how Rough Riders roll.
Arr.
What was the third one?
Um, like which songs did we get in? Party up in here.
Up in here.
Yeah, that was the third one.
That's the third one because that we got a lot of business. We got a lot of business to tend to. We got to make sure we're having a good time. Your crew will get too tense.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah, got to party up in here.
Okay. I didn't write the song that it corresponds to, but I wrote the kind of the general theme of the standards.
How am I going to remember them if I don't have the song?
Oh my god!
Did you get stop, drop, shut them down, and open up shop?
Yeah.
That's how Rough Riders roll, dude.
All right, we'll play a song or something.
Huh?
Play a song or something. Entertain the crew.
Okay.
What's the Don't Go Alone? That was the into hood or something.
Where the hood at? Because if you're going out in a strange place,
Where the hood,
where
where
you
the
gotta ask
hood, where
yourself
the
where's the
hood
hood
at?
at?
Where the hood,
And
where
if they're
the
not
hood,
with
where the
you,
hood
what are you
at?
doing?
I have
More rules will be
I
forthcoming.
have look
You actually don't have
after.
to write.
I have to look after one another as the first one. I don't know what the song is.
Um, I don't really remember that. I think it was X is gonna give it to you, which
Yeah.
is X is gonna give you honest and dependable feedback,
Okay.
and
Excellent.
then I'll have more as I try to remember other DMX songs.
Well, I don't know any of them, so you should be writing them down, not me.
I wanna while we're doing bonding stuff and everything. By the way, I know you were still in the middle of his, but I want to do one too. So come back to me when you're done.
Okay. So, so, so Murdrog's just kind of sitting there, and he's like, should be pretty easy to keep this thing afloat, but we'll see what y'all are gonna do to it. What do you want to ask him about, Rengo?
I was looking for some tips. If he knows any way to like carve something better, or a certain tool.
All right. What do you want to roll for this? I mean, it could be a persuasion. It could be. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a persuasion with advantage.
Somebody to do it again.
Yeah. All right.
Whew.
So as you're talking with him, you point towards the figurehead of the ship, the wooden the boar that you carved, and he's like I was able to throw this together, but I was wondering what you had, Murdrog, to tell me. and he looks at the figurehead and he's like, that's a damn fine bit of craftsmanship there. It's good to see someone who really works hard at the trade. My my carpentry's never really been much for the fancy. Uh, I've had it all be pretty functional. Always been having commands barked at me, but I mean, yeah, I could probably help you out with the types of wood to use and maybe give you. Yeah, I've probably got a couple tools in here. So he kind of digs around and finds this tool, and he like hands it to you, and so it'll give you a +1 on all your wood carving checks.
Nice.
But he's like, well, I mean, if you're interested, this peg leg of mine I could always use with an upgrade. Give me something that's well, I'll leave it up to you. And he goes and finds a piece of lumber. Well, one of his like spare legs, I guess. He finds one of his spare legs that's like a little bit more clunky and has some room to be some carving. He hands it to you and he's like, "See what you can do with it."
Sweet.
So now Rangar's got something else to distract him from lookout duty.
Well, it's just water, anyways. What else could be out there?
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, icebergs?
Lupus.
Iceberg lettuce.
All right, Dandy, who'd you want to start talking to?
I want to go talk to Helena, the huntress.
Navina?
Yeah.
She
I
says,
don't want to show
"Hey,
up.
listen. It's Navina."
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, well, check this out. I'm gonna show her my manticore headdress. Like on an adventure, we went for a hunt of our own. Check out this headdress. Look how dope it is. I'm gonna show it off.
All right, that's gonna give you advantage on any sort of. She appreciates that a lot. She likes it.
Yeah, I'm really just here to bond with her, but also I want to ask her. I'm gonna ask her if she knows, if she knows of any place where, or if she knows how I can construct or purchase a good ranged weapon, because all I have is my sword.
Well, you probably could have purchased one back in Valerio, but
I don't have time for that.
if you want to craft your own, I mean, I might be able to help you with that. What sort of weapon are you thinking?
Well, probably a sling. Do we have those in D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want one of them.
Do you want to be able to throw blades with it?
To throw what?
Blades? You know, like slings blades.
Oh, I was just gonna sling rocks. That'd be awesome. I could sling blades. I thought it was called a Kaiser blade.
Crack
Well,
rocks.
Some
Is
people
it-
call it a sling blade.
Does the Kaiser sling Kaiser rolls?
Yeah, I mean, Hunterlin might be able to make up some Kaiser rolls for you if you want to.
Actually, I'm
Get
gonna go
into that.
talk to that person. Where are they at?
They're below deck. So you head down below deck and you start heading to her quarters, and she seems to be shoveling some dirt into this corner, and she's kind of like playing around with it, messing around with it, like planting stuff, and she turns up. Oh, hello.
Is this me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, hey. I couldn't remember if it was Stefan or okay. Yeah, hey.
Navina.
What was your name again?
Hunterlin?
Honeylin. You're the baker, I presume, or the cook. There you are, Honeylin.
She's well, I Yeah, I like food quite a bit. I tend to pride myself more on discovering ingredients and making dishes when there's nothing available. But yeah, yeah, I'll throw together some food.
What are you doing, Hanalin?
Oh, I mean, in the underbelly of a ship in the dark and the moistness down here, my mushrooms are gonna grow perfectly.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
do you have any mushrooms that have good effects that we might be able to utilize?
Rule number 3.
Actually, I don't think I. I was gonna
She's
say I
the
could do a nature check, but or maybe a medicine check.
yeah.
But,
Do a nature check.
oh, oh, good.
All right, so you look at she. It looks like the dirt that she brought on already had some mushrooms in it, and you kind of see some of your like the standard cooking mushrooms in the front, and then you notice in the back the that there's these. You point to those and kind of bring to attention to him like I think those are a little bit more psychedelic, aren't they? And so she kind of looks and she kind of shies away and she's like, "Well, yeah, but I mean, we're gonna be out here a while, so need a little bit of fun."
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm getting distracted by the mushroom talk and the messages. Is there anything we can do to help you with your growing?
Uh, Probably not right now, but I mean, I'm always gonna be on the lookout for interesting caves. I'm a pretty big fan of mushrooms, and she kind of like looks like away for a minute and kind of shakes her head, and then she kind of comes back to it, and she's like, "Ah, yeah. I mean, I'm mushrooms seem to be more my specialty, but yeah, I like foraging of all sorts. So anytime we land ashore or anything, I'll be real interested in looking for ingredients."
We will keep that in mind. Do you know how to make rolls of any sort?
She's like, "Oh yeah, 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 rolls. Yeah, I can do that." And so she kind of gets back and she wipes the dirt off of her hands and goes over to the flour and starts gets some water and starts mixing it up and kneading it. It'll be a little while before these are ready.
All right, thank you very much, Honey Lynn.
All right. I guess we need to go back to the map so that Mim can start his drawings of everything.
Map. On the map. On the map. On the map.
So you start talking about like as you're circling this island, you have all this time, and the Bofsad starts talking about these lands of the west on the like to the northwest of Valerio, and how they were like an agreed hunting ground for like they weren't allowed to settle there as part of this old agreement. They back during the war with the Beast Riders, they also had to worry about these strange. He's only had heard rumors of like this race that were almost like reptilian to the north, but they were able to establish like an agreement to leave these open hunting grounds uh, their their cities to make it so that Valerio was not fighting on like two fronts. Like they didn't want to be contending with this reptilian race and then also contending with the Beast Riders to the south. So that's what struck up that whole agreement there, and Gronst was placed as like the outpost to take advantage of all the hunting grounds.
But here's the thing: we're Rough Riders, so maybe one day we can come back and see if they want to become the Rough Beast Riders. Beast Rough Riders. I don't know which way's better.
I
You
think
gotta
They
get
should-
rid of the beast.
I
I
think
think
you
they
need
gotta
a
be
R instead of
they gotta be the Beast
Beast.
Rough Riders because we're the Rough Riders, so they're like a
Rubeast.
The
They could be the
roast.
throw an R in there. They could be the Breast Riders.
They're the roast riders.
The Reast Riders. Yeah, you're right. We better not talk to them. Let's just leave them. Let's leave them on their continent on their own.
All right, Renga, roll me a D100.
Well, this is his thing for failing a perception. Now we're all gonna die. Oh my god. What are those?
So as you kind of come around another bend, whoa, that's not what I wanted to do.
What?
As you kind of come around this bend, you notice there's a this you see this fire kind of burning in the distance, and there's it's floating on the water. There's this just this ship that's been burnt down almost to like the water level, just adrift, heading out towards the ocean, like deeper into the ocean. And it keeps drifting.
Let's go get it.
What is burning?
What is it? It's a
think
burning
you think
boat?
Yeah, it's a boat that's burnt down pretty much almost to the water level.
You think it's got gold, Mim?
Guys, I don't know if we should go. These boats are on water, so how did it catch on fire exactly? I think it's an inside job, and these
Kind
are all
of turn and
Christ
look at Mim.
attacks. Yeah, let's go save these. Let's go to the ship. I don't know if anyone's alive, but let's go to it.
Do it.
All right, Tamira, she starts to turn the ship, and Wendelum's adjusting the sails, and you're helping him adjust the sails, and you start pulling the sails up as you get closer to it, and it looks like it's just been it looks like it's been burning for a while. Roll an insight check, Dandy, since you're investigating it, or an investigation check, I guess.
Yeah, it should be investigation, I think.
Okay.
Not because I have a higher score in the other one.
All right, so looking at the fires, you can see because the fire's beginning to die down as it is getting down to the water. It looks like it looks as though it was like the ship's pretty well intact. You don't believe that it was. It looks like it burnt down like pretty naturally. It doesn't seem like the fire really burnt down like one area faster than another. It seems like it was a pretty even burn, which strikes you as a little bit odd because you would think like if something started like in the kitchen, or like in like at the stove, you would see like that part of the ship would be severely burnt, as opposed to all of it being burnt more evenly.
That almost makes you feel like the entire thing caught on fire at once. But is there any way to board, or is it too burnt up?
You can pull alongside it. You could try it. Like the flames are pretty low. Like they're pretty low, but there's really not much left of the hull. But you could probably board it.
I wanna board it.
I want to use.
Helmsman.
I want to
What?
do this. I want to see if it's magical fire.
That is a good. That is a good. Yes. Good. Excellent.
It is. It is not a magical fire.
Oh, there's no magic.
Dope. All right, now let's board it.
All right. So
I always thought we should have detected the magic first. That's what I always believed that.
so
I
you're
was
just
the first
gonna
one. Who went
you're just
for
gonna
it.
jump on it from the boat.
Um, I don't know. Do we have like a plank or something you put down to cross to the other boat?
I mean, it's like there's very like it's burnt down to the water line. So I mean, like the amount of boat that's left is pretty nominal. I mean, you could set up your plank and get down to it,
No,
but
I better
it's
not risk the plank. I'll just jump down.
okay.
Do you want me to do an acrobatics check?
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
This will go real well. Oh god damn!
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear this is Dandy going down
Parkour.
on the burning dance floor.
I run over to our edge, and instead of stepping carefully and jumping, I just do a front flip, grab the railing, do a handstand first, and then I hop, and then I do like a couple flips, and I land. And I'm like, that was pointless, but it did it.
So so you land on the boat, and the 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 hull where you landed is it's weakened, been so weakened by the fire that it cracks on your step, but you just kind of keep rolling through it, and so like the 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 board breaks, and the hull starts to sink. But you notice that there's a couple of supplies that they had stowed away at the bottom.
Guys, there's a couple supplies that have stood away at the bottom. I want to go down. I want to go down there to
Okay.
get a
I
supply.
mean, you're pretty much there.
Are they gonna be heavy? I think you got a rope.
I want to roll. I want to roll to see what supplies they got.
Okay.
Do I do perception or that?
I mean, you could just roll a generic.
Just roll like a d20.
Yeah, just so I kind of get an idea of like what sort of range to.
Why am I using all my god rolls on this shitty ship? Like this is ridiculous.
All right, so you crack open this box, and you find there's a couple flasks and stuff like tucked away, but then like you find this real thick heavy rope. So go ahead and add 50 feet of rope to your inventory. And then as you're lifting up the rope, you also notice that there's a crossbow sitting there,
Well, well, well.
and
What do you know?
it looks like somebody took the time to make these crossbow bolts that like they can attach like some rope to. The obviously if they're attached to it, the range is really limited, but it looks like they were meant for like a boarding sort of thing.
Sounds like the best thing that's ever happened.
But the ship's taking on water pretty quick. So
All right, I'm gonna grab anything I can and make my way back up to our boat.
okay. So go ahead and add that crossbow to your inventory.
Crossbow. Is it just like one bolt, but whatever, like a reusable one that I can keep tying rope to, or?
Uh, Probably multiple. I wouldn't think that it would be a reusable sort of thing. Let's just say there's 5.
Okay.
And like as you take the crossbow, it's like as you get it like a board and you're able to look at it a little bit more closely, it seems like you're not sure how well it would be able to like. It looks like it's been kind of customized for this. You don't know if it would how well it would handle like more traditional bolts. Like you might need more custom bolts, like if you want to use them with this crossbow. But you also have a
Almost like
wood
it's
carver
made
on board, so
exclusively for, oh yeah, that's true. Like it's almost made exclusively for boarding.
or anything of the sort. All right,
All right.
so you let that last part of a burning ship sink as the sun begins to set, and the captain says to raise the sails and drop anchor and wait for the next day.
We did it.
Ta-da!
We survived one day at sea without getting killed.
Without starting a fire too.
Nope. We just encountered a different one.
Maybe it was Mim. He went through time or something. Maybe we are going through time. Maybe that was our ship.
He has the Eye of Agamemnon
Yeah, he's.
All right.
from the Doctor Strange film.
It's Agamada.
Yeah, I was gonna say Agamotto. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Eye of Agamemnon. He used it to fight Troy.
All right. So you continue on this quest, and you're staying in the safe waters. Pretty uneventful day of. Ragai, roll a religion check.
Hell yeah!
The wind seems to stay at your back, giving you this this perfect speed and smooth sailing. It's really the best that you could hope for. And,
So good.
all right, so as you come around over here, you kind of have the option to. So the island that you're headed to is right here. It's northeast of Polance, the isle where Polance is.
Oh, I thought we were going to Sal Bolio or whatever.
Sal Bracco, yeah. That's up
Okay.
here. Polance is on this one.
So you guys want to stop at Polance, see how the city's doing?
We could stock up on pickles. I mean,
We could get our buried treasure.
yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Good.
stop and get our treasure and get some pickles.
Okay. So you navigate the way to Polance. Danny, you said you were adjusting sails and whatnot. Well,
Yeah.
this is the first docking experience for you guys, so I'm not sure who you want to be leading the way. I mean, Bofzad kind of is giving the commands, but I mean, do you want to roll for it, Dandy? Just a probably an intelligence check for the sails.
Ooh.
And I absolutely do. What do you want me to roll?
Probably intelligence, or
I mean,
Oh shit. Oh shit.
all right. So Dandy's trying to adjust the sails, and Bofzad's pointing and barking out orders, and he sees like all this fumbling. So he climbs down the steps, so he comes running over and he's like, giving me all this grief about sailing. And he takes over and he starts doing all this stuff, and he's able to.
I didn't give him grief about sailing. I gave him grief about his diminutive stature.
Ah, and here it is again. Well, I'm trying to save ourselves and get us. And so he gets the ship pretty well adjusted, and he kind of points at you and shakes his finger and like, go ahead, come in on my height again. Next time I'll let you run
No.
aground.
I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction.
All right, but so kind of in this like, then as you start pulling up, that's when you start to notice this, and like there's these there's like these vultures and like crows kind of circling the pier, and like as you kind of slowly like drift your way up before dropping anchor, you can see that there's bodies laying across the pier, uh, probably like 5 or 6 of them.
Are they dead?
Are they
Yeah,
the
they're
ones that we took care of?
no, these are.
I'm gonna investigate, see how they died.
Can I perceive?
All right, so Varys, his elf hawk vision, kind of, he's
You can do whatever order. You can do
So,
Dandy's.
no, so Varys, he sees the bodies and he instantly sees like the mark, and he recognizes from the clothes that it's Barnabas laying at the end of the pier, um, and you know, and like the others, it looks to like they're uh, it looks like they're his crewmates, you know, the ones that were trying to keep order on the trade vessel. Uh, you notice that he doesn't have his coat, but most importantly, you notice that him and his entire crew have been stripped of their faces, and their vessel is nowhere to be seen.
Dandy, what have you done?
Oh, I created my own Joker. Let's go get him. Man, he took all their faces? That's crazy. He must have leveled up a lot since we last fought him.
It's been grinding.
He's just been.
Roll insight, Dandy.
Okay, well, my rolls have not been great, so we'll see how this goes.
Big
Oh,
spin.
okay,
There
fine.
it is. That's good.
Well, it seems as he's either been really busy uh, cutting these faces off himself, or perhaps he's recruited some fellow like-minded individuals that are willing to help him to overtake this crew. And like he doesn't, you don't really see any other wounds on the body, but to overtake this crew, you gather that there's a good chance that there was multiple people working in tandem. And
Okay, hold on. So I drove a dude insane, and then I made him into like a face-removing cult leader? That's absurd.
well,
Oh no. What about Grand Moff Doyle? Guys, we gotta go to town. And isn't even Grand Moff Doyle safe?
You want to go through where Face Off and his men and
He
more
won't-
women?
He won't hurt me. He believes that we're friends. Well, he did until I told him we're not.
Wait,
But
yeah.
he's not very stable. He'll be easy to convince.
all right, so your first trip ashore, what's going to be the standard for the crew? Hunalyn would like to forage for random ingredients. Navina obviously wants to keep her bow,
Go hunting.
practice, and go hunting. But there's also a lot of bodies here.
All right. I think let Forager go foraging. Let huh?
Alone?
No.
No. Why don't why don't Navina and Honeyland go together? Then while Honeyland like is foraging, Navina can be practicing her bow in the surrounding, foliage and stuff, and they can watch each other's back.
Okay.
Um,
You don't suspect that you'd be able to get Murdrog off the ship?
I think we need to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
one of the fighter guys on the ship too. Whoever's good at to protect it. We don't want our ship stolen.
So
Um,
Ashton was a member of the Unbreakables. He was one of the shield bearers.
Yeah, Clark Ashton Smith should stay with the ship, along with I imagine Mud Dog will want to stay, and then probably Balthazar will want to stay at the ship too. I'd imagine since he's
Yeah.
captain, right?
Yep.
What about his helper?
The quartermaster.
Wendelum.
Wendell X.
Wendell X.
I want him to uh, drag the bodies and throw them in the water because they're gross. Actually, no, I'll just tell him he can handle the bodies as he sees fit.
Check the pockets.
And then also, yeah, and to loot them. Obviously, you don't want anything to go to waste.
Well, I mean, with his background with Torkel, he's probably going to do that anyways. But
All right, well, yeah, I want Wendell X to handle the corpses if he would.
all right, so you see, Wendell X is like understood. So he goes and you see him reaching through the pockets, and he just kicks Barnabas's corpse into the ocean, and it
Nice.
slowly
Wendell X knows what's up.
starts to float away. And
hey, I'm gonna
you
pray.
remember how Barnabas was the first ship captain to take you on. He trusted in you guys to take you away from the Isle of Polance, and even though everything was against him and his instincts were saying no, like you persuaded him, he took you to the grove where Raigai was able to prove himself to his goddess. He took you guys to Rakasha, and he even brought you and Charles the Bard back for his wedding to the illusionist in town. But I mean, there's
Hey,
his body, just
Kevin,
adrift, looted,
I'm gonna
faceless, without his coat.
I'm gonna pray that Eldith take him into her hands.
All right, okay, this is your religion check.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So you see this gentle. There's these gentle waves that seem to just push him onward. So he doesn't just stay nestled in this by the pier. These waves carry his corpse off into the distance.
You know what? Fine. If you're gonna guilt me, I'm gonna also play a song for him. Play a song for my dude. It's gonna be. I wrote him a song. It's called "Oh Barnabas, the pipes are blowing." Barnabas. I sing him the song, and then I pour one out for my homie. I take a drink and pour one out for him.
All right, right on.
As they go away, I'm gonna salute him with a shark bait hoo ha ha.
What?
Is this a thing we came up with? Is the shark bait hoo ha ha?
You guys are too old, I guess,
Yeah.
for that movie.
Pretty much bank on that being the case for most relevant
I
references.
can't
What
remember what it's
Hang
the
on.
movie with the fish and the car wash. I don't remember
Shark
what it's
bait
called.
hoo ha ha.
Splash 2.
Finding Nemo?
Yeah,
Finding
maybe.
Dory?
No,
Maybe.
Will Smith was in it.
Oh,
Oh,
Shark
then
Tale?
it's Shark Tale.
Shark
Shark's
Tale.
Yeah, not only is it old, like too young for us, but it's also
It's a shitty-
terrible.
it's a
Like,
shitty movie.
reference better movies. Hey, I'll be right back, guys. Keep doing what you're doing, but I'll be right back.
So you'll have to explain that one out to me, Renga. A shark bait hoo ha ha.
Yeah.
But then Wendell, he proceeds to go to the other corpses and pick their pockets and kick the bodies into the sea.
Now I gotta YouTube this.
All right, so the rest of y'all start heading your way to Poe Lance.
Wait. We first and foremost, we buried that fucking treasure right off the
Oh,
dock.
okay, yeah. All right, so Mim,
Does Mim have to roll for it? Because he fucks this roll up, he's out of the gang.
Hey, before Mim does anything, if he has to roll, I'm ready. Let me know if he has to roll.
You gonna give him it? Yeah, I can give him bardic inspiration for
I'm
this.
gonna guide his ass to find that fucking treasure.
Does anyone remember how much there was?
it was 64 or 68 pieces of gold.
Oh, we could use that right now.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Let's say
Alright.
68. Will the man with the shattered
that is
mind who
from finding
buried
Nemo.
some treasure several weeks ago after a battle where he convinced a bunch of the captain's thralls to turn against him, will he remember where that's buried? What kind of this is gonna be a memory check, but I'm thinking it needs to be more like nature or perception, to see if you recognize milestones and markers. So
For
go
us,
ahead and
or
for Mim.
we're all looking up the shark bait.
Well,
was
go ahead and
looking it
do
up,
it. Well, you also get the bardic inspiration and the guidance. Well, if you're willing to take guidance from Eldith, I don't know after the self water splashing incident. If you
I don't think it's gonna help.
all right, and Mim also roll the d6 from the bardic inspiration, or does Dandy have to roll that?
I have to roll the d6.
Okay. So what's the song that you're inspiring him to treasure hunt with?
What song am I playing?
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna do I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight. That's what I did. And
All
so
right,
on.
Mim, add 68 gold to your inventory.
Alright.
Excuse me, we're gonna be sharing that gold.
Comes out to a 14.
Yeah, we split
That's
that.
pretty solid.
Yeah, that's 17 each person.
All right.
Like
Dude,
that.
that's from Finding Nemo.
So you come back to Poe Lance. I don't know what sort of state my Poe Lance map is in.
So did we get 17 gold? What was it?
17, everyone gets 17 gold.
Oh, you split it.
Yay!
Uh-oh.
There
I
would have
can't
been.
drag it over there.
After all we've been through, Mim trusts us and thinks that we should share stuff like a team.
Hey Mim, would you like to pray with me? We can pray together.
Yeah.
Okay. Mim and I are gonna pray together because I'm starting to accept him. He
I'm not
does
good
not.
at
He does not believe. Mim does not believe.
Some massive support while he's praying.
All right. Keep in mind, I have no idea what Poe Lance looks like.
It's all right.
Ah, okay. Looks pretty straightforward. All right. So you get back to Poe Lance. It doesn't look like any evil has befallen it. Looks like it's pretty much business as usual. The the sacred rose, um, eh, like as you walk by, like you recall that that was the last task that Grand Moff Doyle was in charge of, was turning the sacred rose into this away from this brothel that got this tarnished reputation based on the pickle song by Charles. But it's now this lovely bathhouse, and they've gone with the sacred rose, and it's got this the scent of roses like fills your senses, like as you walk past.
That's lovely.
So
I'm proud of Doyle for his hard work.
Hey,
so
real quick, Kevin.
okay.
We've rested by now, right? Because I don't know if it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
on my
yeah.
screen, but Renga and Mim's health are like completely
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
everybody's health should be full.
just in case something crazy happens. I didn't want.
I
us to
guess I
be-
should take away my temporary HP
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that goes away.
So Grand Moff Doyle, upon he's finalized like a lot of the buildings there. He's mostly working on finishing touches, and when he sees you, he's like, oh, and he hurries over to you, and he's like, come, I'm so happy you returned. You must check this place out. And he kind of guides you inside, and and you can just see like the pristine waters that they've filtered out, and like from what you presume rainwater and whatnot. But it looks like they have it nicely designed with like the floor, and they have like they have some fires underneath to keep the baths hot, and so you can take a nice hot bath, and like they have all kinds of these scented oils and walking around, and then like in the back there's these the bathroom is just this beautiful display of toilets, masterfully arranged. So you've got all this privacy, and in the scent, it's roses.
Wow, Grand Moff Doyle, you've really outdone yourself. This is the pride of all the Shattered Isles, I would say.
All right, so if
The
all
finest,
so
the finest place there is.
he says for 2 gold pieces, he'd be willing to. He's like, that's a discount. 2 gold pieces, you guys can get freshened up, and you
Spa day.
feel as
Who's
clean
got
as you'll ever
who's
feel.
got good persuasion? Because that's bullshit. We shouldn't have to pay.
I'll try.
Yeah, that's garbage.
I'm gonna be like,
fuck yeah.
Grand Moff Doyle, am I a bitch? Because you're trying to fuck me like one. I thought we were pals. I got you out of prison. I got you this gig. I got your town back up. You over here trying to make me do
Okay. Fine.
At least first time free.
All right, so they you go and you get your wonderful bath, and you
Wait, I'm gonna make a donation because I've never had this much gold. I don't know what to do with it, so I'm
No,
just
don't
gonna
do
give
it. It's
some
a
away.
waste. It's a waste.
okay. How much gold are you donating?
Give some PP away. What are those? What's the PP
Give-
stand for? How much PP is a
I'm
GP?
gonna give 6. I'll pay for the 3 of us and let Dandy.
Okay.
All right, whatever. I'm still got it for free. You can do what you want with your gold. Just don't come begging to me when you're out of monies.
Okay. So you guys all get your fine bath, and he explains to you also that his other thing that he's been working on is the pickle place. And he's been trying to spruce it up and build it up and make it like just this grand event, because all of a sudden, like when their pickles turned around from being these nearly impossible to eat some things, like with a heavy stench, all of a sudden they turned into these luscious, rejuvenating, like probiotic, like wonderful things.
Super.
The pickles would help you shit.
Yeah,
So that's because we helped Pickle Guy, right?
yeah, exactly. You guys, you
Has
corrected
Mim's
his.
blur went to like Super Saiyan or something?
What?
Who?
I don't know
What?
what that is.
He's got two of
Oh
them.
yeah,
Yeah,
why
two
are there two
mibs.
Mims?
Yeah. Why are there two mibs? There's two
There's,
mibs on my
there's
screen
two
too.
Mims.
I was gonna
Which
ask
one's
that.
the real Mim?
Which one's the real Mim? Oh man, that's a reference that only the three of us get.
All right, I'm gonna
That's
perceive if
fair.
there's actually one or two.
Okay.
It seems there's only one, guys. There's
Oh.
only one.
Those bath salts.
That explains why Fast Soft's eating faces.
Okay, so you head over to the pickle place, and Dandy's persuasion. You guys can fill your pockets with pickles.
Ooh, how many pickles fit
Oh,
in a
nice. How many
pocket?
pickles can we get?
Maybe 4 pickles in a pot. 4 pickles for both pockets.
I mean,
So 8 pickles?
No, two and two.
I'll Google how many pickles in a pocket.
I guess it depends on the size of the pickle and the girth. You know,
Okay.
like what's the
Take it easy,
circumference?
buddy.
What the hell?
I feel like elves probably have a small pickle.
I looked it up, and this is kind of pickle pocket for dogs.
okay, anyways,
The world.
all right.
I'm just gonna do 4 pickles.
So
I'm
it looks
saying I
as
got
though the ship atrocities that you witnessed on the pier were more of a no, were more for. It looks as though they were ditching the body in a way to like really announce themselves, and
It's a good price.
they're so they claimed a ship and they're sailing the seas. It wasn't them landing and taking their atrocities inland. So
Well, that's good news.
somewhere
It seems
out
like
there,
Poland is really
Face
doing
Off
well.
Fast Off is on his fine yacht or trading vessel, and who knows?
He's probably too busy sailing to Essos to talk to the Golden Company. I want to go talk to the Charles and his wife, Charles Minor and his wife.
Oh, Charles Minor. I like Charles Minor.
Okay. the so Charles, you come in and he's like you head to their estate house. Oh my god, I don't know if I can even pull that up. It's so long ago. Whatever. So you head into their estate house, and it still has the illusion cast on it, so it looks like its former glory back when Lartola his family still ran the land, and you're greeted by Charles, and he looks like so much thinner than the last time you saw him, and he's like pretty happy to see you, but he's also like he looks like he's kind of out of it. Like as you may or may not recall, you left him without his the drug that he'd been filling himself with for years. Like you gave him the last
Yeah,
vial,
it's called Tough Love, is what it's called.
yeah.
It's called Intervention, television show on A&E, is what it's called.
Yeah.
So
So
he'll get over it.
he's pretty happy to see you, and they haven't really been able to enact too much in play, but it's been a long road. Latola is happy to
Well-
see you, but she also looks like it's been a pretty trying time for them both. No, thank you.
Well, I came over to talk to them because I checked in with. I just wanted to check in with the leaders of the city, and it looks like Moff Doyle's been doing a lot of great work out there. The town's really coming alive.
Yep. They seem to be really proud of Grand Moff Doyle, but there's a lot of work left to be done.
That is true, but I'm going to tell them Grand Moff Doyle seems more focused on infrastructure. But if you guys want to get with the Pickle Man, I just struck up a deal with the the king of what was that town where you just saved from the orc invasion?
Valerio.
Valeria.
King
Valeria.
Gunrig.
What was that?
King Gunrig. Not that you're gonna ever call him that.
Newt Gunray.
Newt
I
Gunray.
thought we made a deal with Newt Gunray, the king of Valerio, and we, we helped fight off an orc invasion, and we're prepared. We're going to start opening up trade between Valerio and Palance. It might be a good way to get some pickles out in the world.
Okay. Uh, they kind of say like their shipment of goods hasn't come in yet, so they're not sure when the next.
is is the shipment of goods coming from? Is it Barnabas?
Yeah.
Barabbas?
Yeah, Barnabas.
Yeah, it's not coming.
She kind of looks at you stunned. What?
It wasn't the chosen one.
Set upon. They were set upon by brigands in the ocean, and their faces were removed from their faces.
Okay.
So we're on a mission right now.
But you've got something in place with King Gunrig.
What was that?
But you've got something in place with King Gunrig to look out for him.
Yeah. Like we brought this ship, and this is the first ship to kind of explore the area and come out this way. So we'll send word back to them to make sure that we get shipments going from there, and we'll find and kill these brigands who steal faces.
Okay.
I think one of them. I think I might have seen one before.
I don't know if you want to bring that up. All right. So, town's pretty much in the same way it was. Enjoy your pickles. Get back to the ship.
Good work, everybody.
There's no more drugs, right? We can't get more vials of drugs anywhere?
No.
Okay.
You'd have to go to the drug
Oh
town to
my
get drugs.
gosh, kiddo.
Looks
Alright, well, I have to do this without
like you got a halfling problem there.
Yeah. Alright. So, you set sail for Salbraco.
Mo Rocca.
Mo Rocca?
Yeah, he's like a not very good comedian who's on a lot of television programs.
Well, no, he's on CBS This Morning, too. He's a reporter on there.
Oh, then maybe I'm thinking of someone different.
No, he's the
Is
same
he
guy.
funny?
No, he's the same guy with glasses, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was a comedian.
he is, but he reports, too. It's weird. I don't understand it.
That's effed up.
Yeah, weird shit.
Alright, so
Damn.
Ooh, the Bygone Peculiar. I want to check that place out.
Alright, so you make landfall. It's pretty uneventful. I'm assuming you're going with the same sort of style that you had at on the isle where Polance is. So you
Oh.
you head inland, and Renga he starts to recognize some of the town and recognize some of the area around, and he as you stroll in, you see that he kind of like aimlessly wanders towards like the south side, like over like towards the southwest, and he turns and he looks down the alley, and he gets a flash of himself as like a young boy, like rummaging through, looking for anything to eat, looking for anything to keep warm, and that's when his mentor like came around the corner and like took him in, and he charged at him almost feral, and what earned him the name of or earned him his boar as his like animal guide, and because of how he charged, and and led to the way of the boar, and then took him to the monastery to train him. The city that Mim recalls was this incredibly elegant, like beautiful craftsmanship, like all over. Just this epic, like this monument to uh, architecture and everything. But when the world shattered, that all like crumbled and they had to rebuild. And the only place to remain standing was the bygone peculiar, which used to be a form of like a temple, but after several years, they turned it into a tavern. So the bygone peculiar is the local tavern, and it's got its cracks. It's got its uh, breaks around, and it's seen better days, but it's still a shining tribute to the way things used to be. As Rengar glances around, he sees that a lot of the houses um, from when he grew up here, which would have been after the shattering, so he would have grown up through the rebuilding, or towards the end of like the rebuilding phase, and he kind of glances around and sees that many of the houses are missing, and like a lot of them have been like stripped. And he wanders over towards the east side of town, and he comes up to this foundation of this house that seems to be overgrown. Everything is missing. The once beautiful like archway that his with the this etching that his father did, like on this thick solid beam, is no longer standing. Like nothing left is left of the house. But as he steps in aside, his mind like fills the house out like to what it used to be, and he can see all the rooms and the beds and the tables and chairs, and then instantly it flashes to him hiding under the table as someone breaks open the door and comes in and slays his mother, and he sees her as she bleeds out on the floor, and then his father comes running in, and somebody takes out his father and goes down, and he has a quick glance at who it is before like they decide that like before he hears them say like let's tear it down, let's get everything we need. And then Rengar's back, just standing on this overgrown foundation.
That is a tragic story. But we don't know it, Rengar. Yeah. We don't know.
Hey, what you doing, Rengar? Standing over
Yeah,
there?
Hey guys,
Hey, Rengar, looks like he's had a flashback.
this is where the shitstorm of my life began.
Well, only one way to weather a shitstorm, and that's to jump in it.
So
Shit, it came.
so you see some people kind of flood out of the bygone peculiar. Not like a lot, maybe like 4 or 5, and they flood out and they're looking, and they see you guys, and you can just see their faces like light up. They're like, hey, and they come over, and they're like, what you doing? Sorry, talking to my 2-year-old. Anyways, they're incredibly excited to see you, and they're welcoming you in to the bar. They say, come have a drink, and you're under the impression that they really enjoy visitors.
Well,
Is he coming to us or coming to him?
You guys, the whole group of you. I'm assuming you're standing
Oh.
pretty close together.
Yeah. I'll say hello. Hello.
I feel like rule number 3 applies here.
Okay.
Are we gonna party up in here?
So
Yeah.
So they lead you into the bygone peculiar, and they like, oh yeah, discount. All visitors did a discount. And, like everyone's drinking hard, and constitution check for everybody who's getting in on it, partying. Keep in mind, it is rule number 3.
Drinking hard or hardly drinking? No, we're drinking hard. Constitution.
Died.
Rengai is not handling. He's drinking. He's trying to drink away his sorrows, and he's drinking heavy, and it's a nasty path he's headed down.
I'm gonna do disadvantage since it's so small.
So
Still not bad.
yeah, so they hand you this tankard, and you have to hold it with both hands. Taking drinks, but you're handling it pretty well. Varys is sticking true to his abstinence of something.
Wait, did I abstain from anything? I thought I would drink. I didn't.
You gotta do a constitution check.
All right, so the Varys that drank a dwarf under the table is not the same Varys to show up here tonight.
I'm gonna start. Babbling. I'm gonna start babbling about religion and looking like a fool.
Okay.
I think I'm crazy.
So
talking
Dandy,
about
you're
a water lady.
handling your alcohol the best. What do you want to do around here?
Well, I'm going to sing a song for everyone.
I would like to try and sing along.
Well, you'll be able to because I'm doing real bad. I'm gonna sing a song about the bygone peculiar, and it's gonna be called "And I'm Feeling the Bygone Peculiar." And I wake in the morning and I step outside, and I take a deep breath and I get
I
real
get
high.
real
And I
high.
say, "What's going on?"
What's going on?
And I do the, "Hey, yeah, what's going on?" That's the song I did.
Right on.
I showed him.
Most of the people around the tavern don't know the lyrics, but they're with you, and they're like rocking and drinking and cheering and
It's a
giving
good
you
tune.
cheers and everything.
All that matters.
Yeah. Do you want to try to find out anything, or?
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm looking for though.
All right, so
Like,
you start talking around, and you kind of get the vibe for the town, and it looks as though it's gone through a couple phases. After the world shattered, they had to rebuild. Then after the rebuilding, a lot of the houses were stripped from, for wood and everything, and all that wood was used to build the legacy pillar, and how it was sold is that the group that came in and was building it, the man Ives was the leader of this group, and he came in, and he said that this town used to mean something. The people used to come here from all around to see to see the wonders of the architecture, but with the sort of stuff that they rebuilt, it was a shame. It was like a disgrace to the town. So he convinced and forced his way into building this huge tower. You saw it as you approached, and it looked like several stories high, just this huge monstrosity, and it looked like it had been pretty well designed. It had like a tiered roof system, and it's just this a fine tribute of architecture, but it's it came at a cost, it came at a price, And so the behind the Bygone Peculiar, there's a whole area of tents and whatnot because a lot of families were pushed out of their homes. But I mean, Ives also came in and he offered protection to everybody. So although he took away a lot, he also gave them the comfort of like the peace of mind of not needing to worry about any sort of bandits or any sort of creatures, anything wandering in. His group of uh, his group has really uh, helped save the town in a lot of ways and helped build a monument that they can be proud of. So they kind of tell you about this tower because they're like, oh yeah, you came for the tower, right? You're gonna head over there tomorrow or the day after soon, right?
Yeah.
Roll insight.
Oh, I don't know shit about it. What? There's a tower?
Like these people love you. Like you came in playing them songs and drinking. Like these people are just all about dandy, and dandy is what they're about.
Nice. That seems right to me. Man, these people really like me. They really like me.
Is it just him that rolls insight?
I don't think you're gonna be doing any sort of insight on.
Yeah. Phil, you
Actually,
can do
Mim, you can
your
roll
comp.
insight. That's pretty good.
All right.
I'm blackout.
Yeah, I'm babbling. I'm I'm licking every surface with
Alright,
water on it.
So Mim kind of sees this invitation of visitors and everything when this town has been like stripped and doesn't seem to have a very much of a trade established. They seem very he's very surprised by how welcoming they are, and he notices is that they've been asking a couple questions about the ship that they came in on, and also they seem to really be pushing this tower idea. The idea they expect you to head to the tower.
All right, let's do it.
Well, not now, but I do. I'm gonna like. I think that they like me a lot, so I'm regaling them with tales of our adventures, and I put on my manticore, uh, my manticore headdress, and I try to mime the battle we had
Okay.
with, with the manticore. So I'll do a performance for that. And it's basically a movie. It's like I might have just projected the film into their heads.
Right guy, do you
And
want
then
to emphasize the movie performance with that
Guidance,
whatever that spell that you use to
yell.
sway the I don't know what that spell was that you used to on the against the orc army the first time.
It was thaumaturgy where I could scream really loud. Or is that what you're talking about?
I
My
thought you
voice
did like an
booms.
illusion or something.
No, it was my voice booms, or I can create a thunder sound.
Okay.
Like it's got a lot. I'll just click on it, but it's got a
yeah,
lot of.
don't do that. You'll make everyone go deaf in here.
It's just got a lot of crap that it.
And
You do the complete act filled with even the moment when the manticore grabbed Rengar and you grab Rengar and carry him and you drop him off and he falls beside one of the tents outside and he just stays there out.
so there we go. I told him a story. The story of the Manticore battle.
They were eating it up. The drinks that were almost free are pretty much free now.
Woo! I don't know. Do I have to roll something again so I avoid oversharing? Because I probably don't want to tell them about the devil guy we fought.
Nah, your Constitution check was good, so you're not really overextending yourself.
All right, good. I will tell them about the orc army. Say we fought an orc army,
All right, so
but I'll leave them. I'll leave them in suspense. You gotta leave them wanting more.
so
It's like next time I'll tell you guys about the orc army that us Rough Riders pretty much single-handedly fought away from Valerio.
so this party, as you're telling these stories, carries on deep into the night as the bar closes, and it carries on behind the bar in this little tent city where Varys is pretty quick to pass out near Renga, and you're left with just this small circle, like semicircle around a fire, just telling these stories. You want to do anything to cover up Renga or anything?
Yeah,
I would like to bless Varys with some water from my nether region.
I accept.
yeah, yeah.
I
I'm just
am
gonna leave it
drunk.
at that. I'm
My
gonna leave it at
Varys,
that.
Varys is drunk, so he's gone.
I'm gonna while Rengaz's asleep, I'm gonna put a Polance pickle in his mouth. No, I'll
Okay.
cover those guys up, and then I'll sleep by the fire once the stories wrap up.
All right. So the next day you awaken to just this, the hungover mess that was last night. There's the tents all around are semi just like knocked over, and there's vomit spewing about. Varys is got a bit of a stench to him, even though he just got that perfectly fine bath the day prior.
um,
I'd like to see if I can find a hangover cure.
Okay, you kind of rummage through some people's things. You're able to find just what you need when mixed with a Polance pickle, and it's you essentially make a perfect like Bloody Mary for you to help you face the day.
Pickle Mary.
a pickle Bloody Mary. That's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
They have cucumbers, don't they? It's like the same thing.
It's like tomato juice. It's like not even. Like, there might be one in it as garnish. You don't drink it.
I think pickle juice has a lot of electrolytes in it, so
That's what plants crave. So
All right. So, but also like as you're coming to, Dandy, you're the first to rise, and you notice that there's these this group of men in these dark robes with these like uh, masks over the head. They essentially look like ninjas, and they're walking in like a group towards the tower. It looks like they had just come from the Bygone Peculiar, and they're heading over to the Legacy Pillar to the north.
I am not going to interrupt them because they're scary looking.
Okay.
I'm going to start waking up the Rough Riders.
All right.
Like, yo, guys, the ninjas.
You wake everybody else, and you kind of do a quick inventory of all your things, and everything seems to be where you left it. Looks like fun times were had by all.
Except for my
So
dignity.
we didn't.
Yeah, so
We didn't get anything stolen from us. That's good news.
So you kind of hear a couple people muttering like they're hanging over. It's like, oh, I hope that was worth it. I hope we don't have to do the lottery for a couple months.
The lottery.
Oh no, Shirley Jackson's in town. Anyone get that joke?
Sorry.
Shirley Jackson's the lottery.
The
I'm
short
also
story.
What?
The short story.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Is that what it is? Is it a Shirley Jackson lottery?
I don't know what that means.
So one
It's
person
like a
got the
lottery where
joke, and
they kill people.
we're still going on.
It's like Hunger Games, but like they didn't make any movies out of it.
Oh, well.
Actually, they might have made a movie out of the lottery. I don't know.
So, roll a persuasion or investigation or intimidation, whatever you want. However you want to try and get information.
Animal handling.
I'll do. I'll do persuasion. No, I'll do persuasion. I'm like, oi, friends, what is this lottery of which you speak?
All right, so
I guess you try to convince them. That's not very persuasive. It's like, I've traveled many a land and seen many a bizarre thing, but a lottery is a new one to me.
all right, so they explain that like Mim's able to discern and just from everything that people. It seems like this town doesn't really have so many goods that they like create. I mean, they have like the shops and everything, like where people practice their trade, but it doesn't seem like there's really pretty like well established like trade routes or anything. But they seem to get visitors that come pretty often, and these visitors uh, always come in and go to the tower. Like that's just what they do, and they always tend to be. They always look pretty well. It looks like they can all handle themselves in a fight, and the whenever that happens, they don't need to do the lottery. And the lottery is something that it's done almost like not quite monthly, probably like every 3 weeks or so. But everyone in the town has like their name drawn, and when they have their name drawn, like they're approached by these ninja looking guys, the Ives men, and like it's in within 24 hours they tend like they're often gone. That being said, like they also explain to you about some. There's one man, Cliveston, who he's been called for the lottery uh, 4 times, but he's still around.
So the lottery is gladiatorial combat. Does Clive Standen tell you what happens when he goes there?
He Clive has a pretty closed mouth about what's about the deal.
Number one rule of Fight Club.
Hey, Kevin, can I use my What Women Want medallion
Yeah.
on?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
use it on Cliveston, or whatever his name is.
All right, so as you kind of head over to Cliveston and you start asking about this, and you start getting these like flashes of like when his name was drawn, he has like this incredibly sinking feeling because he knows that people that draw the lottery go missing. But then the ninjas come up and whisper in his mind, and his thoughts are you instantly feel his thoughts like going around scanning everybody to see like who would be a good mark, and then like it flashes forward to that night, and he's able to pick this lock and get into these people's like bedrooms, or it used to be you could do tents, but the tents are pretty much abandoned on the night of the lottery. But he can break into their bedrooms, and you get to flash of him slicing someone's throat, and then he kind of like bundles him up and carries him off in the middle of the night. And then you get another quick flash of him standing before the tower, and he kind of sets the body in front of him as the as he is filled with this relief.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, he's got a
This
lot going
time-
on in that noggin.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to explain that to the crew.
So it's a it is a lottery where you either have to kill or be killed. Then, so it's some kind of sacrifice, and he's tough enough to actually kill somebody and give them to them. Whereas other people probably aren't tough enough or brave enough to kill somebody, so they just get taken themselves.
Yeah, and based on what you were investigating with the rest of the group, it doesn't seem like the people. I don't know. It feels like people aren't letting on as much as they know. It seems like the people go missing. Like that's kind of what they say, but it seems more like when they say the missing, it's with like a heavy heart, knowing that these people are gone.
Well, that is dreadful. Dreadful, I tell you. We guys, I think we should go to this tower and see what's what.
I is that I'm assuming that's
I second that motion.
Yeah. Let's go to
Okay.
only thing.
okay.
Or thank?
So
Wait, isn't that the tower from
Lord of the Rings? Yes.
so you head over towards the tower, and one of these men in dark robes, one of these ninjas, comes up to you, and he says, "So you're here for the challenge?"
I'm gonna be like, calm down,
Yeah.
dude. I'm here to figure out what even is the challenge.
He's like,
The cinnamon challenge.
"Yeah." He pulls out a jar of cinnamon. No, it's
It's the condom challenge. We have to snort a condom.
Jesus. So he explains. He's like, "Well, I can't imagine you came here for anything besides the challenge. Uh, step inside. If you return without his head, we're gonna kill you."
All right, well,
I'm gonna do intimidate. I'm gonna be like, hey man, I just sailed halfway across the world to this city that I've never even heard of, and now you're telling me about a challenge that you think I know about. I don't know about it. Why are you being like this? Just tell me what's going on.
So he kind of shocked, and he's like, I'm sorry. Only people who ever come here are here to challenge. I mean, this is the rules. I mean, I can't change it. But like people come in, they go into the tower, they do their best to take out our leader, and that's all I got.
Okay. Hey man, I'm sorry. I had a rough night of drinking, and you were just being dodgy, and I lashed out. I shouldn't have done that.
He's like, yeah. I mean, you typically got to get past like the beast on the first floor, and then like the initiation room. Then there's a couple little things, but I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I never go past the second floor.
All right, cool. Thanks, man. Sorry to snap at you. I'll give it here. You want a pickle? I'll give him a pickle.
All right, so he takes the pickle. He's really confused, and after handing him a pickle, you turn around and you see that a lot of these ninjas have come out of the woodwork. You know, like stepping over from the town and stepping over, kind of surrounding you a little bit. Uh, they apparently aren't used to seeing their, like their pal here get intimidated in such a strong sense.
Well, um, Rough Riders, I think we have a pretty good picture about what's going on in this tower. Um, let's do it.
Challenge your might.
Renga kind of has this feeling that the the man who um, was in his home uh, that day uh, will be found in this tower.
Well, Rengar, we gotta avenge you. We gotta avenge your family, man. It's the only healthy response to trauma is to get revenge.
So as you step up, the guy he seems a little bit more reluctant, but seriously, if you come back without his head, I gotta kill you.
Hey, man, I get it. I gave you a pickle. I thought we understood each other.
So you go and you open up the doors, and you see that this room that's been built into this massive. Oh wait, did I give you guys? Can you see this?
Yeah, the two
Okay.
guys.
Yeah. So this massive room that's been made into like this cage. These two giant like ogre beasts stand before you, chained, like with chains like around their neck to going to the floor. But it looks like they have pretty much free movement throughout the room. Um, they turn to the door, angry. They kind of hit their clubs on the ground. You guys want to do any? What are you thinking?
We're gonna have to fight
Well,
these.
I'm gonna be like, are they sentient? Do they speak?
Very crudely.
I'll be like, what's up, dudes?
Where's the
How we
referee?
doing tonight?
There's no referee.
I'll I'll play them a song.
Okay.
I'll be like, every orc has his club,
No.
just like every cowboy doesn't exist in this genre.
You see the orc
Every
on the
orc
left start to.
has his
He's like
club.
swaying. He's feeling it. Gonna hold his club up in the air.
Yeah, there we go. Now they won't fight us, guys. They're our friends now.
All right. So the orc on the left seems he seems to like that song, and he seemed to understand what you were saying about like holding up the club, and he's like, oh yeah, these guys, like good.
All right, sweet.
And then the other
So,
orc kind of turns, smashes his club on the ground.
so you didn't dig it.
He's
Oh
not so much a
man,
fan of that tune.
Roll insight.
all of us.
Probably not you. You've been playing the song.
Okay.
Oh boy. There you go.
All right, so Mim, he sees these two beasts kind of have like this really elementary understanding of things, but they seem like they can be reasoned with, and this song has sparked a wedge in between them. It seems like a
Okay.
simple disagreement could.
All right. So here's the deal. Oh, well, I guess are you gonna share that with us, Mim?
Yes.
Sweet. It's like, okay. Well, obviously, left dude is for it. He digs it. and then the right dude isn't for it and doesn't dig it.
One's a little bit country and one's a little rock and roll.
That's what it seems. So I'm gonna start making a move like I'm heading towards the stairway. That's the stairway right there, right?
Yeah, stairway's behind.
I'm gonna bank that this bro liked it and he's gonna let me go. But that's gonna initiate anger in his pal. What do you guys think? Is that a good risk?
Yeah, go for it.
So you're
All right,
saying this
I'm
guy's
gonna
gonna
start
defend
making
you?
moves towards this stairway. Am I going the right way? I can't really tell where the stairway starts.
The stairway starts in the middle and goes up around the pole. That's kind of.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of walk then right at him.
Oh, God.
Okay. So you're trying to trick the one orc into defending you? Is that kind of what you're doing?
That's what I'm going for. I'm gonna try to get the one to like attack me. So I imagine I'm probably gonna get hit first.
All right.
But this
So
other one, I'm gonna bank on him digging me and being like, "What the hell, man?" Because he's obviously trying to communicate to the other one that this dude's all right.
all right. So probably a deception check. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like I'm assuming you're kind of like pratfalling, like that sort of, like, oh no, this
Yeah,
orc's bad.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get over here and just try to make the one mad. Do you want me to roll deception?
Yeah, yeah,
Is the dude gonna like? You want me to do it now?
yeah. He's gonna roll with. He gets a minus to this. Yeah, he gets a -3 to this. So you got
So at 14.
Yep. See what you got.
I had a 15 for armor class. Is that what I'm doing to see if he hits?
No. This is him being wise to your ruse.
Okay.
So this is your deception check.
He's wise to my ruse.
So he kind of grabs the other orc and he's like, he pounds his club on the ground and he shoves in and everyone roll initiative. But not yet. Okay, now roll. Oh wait.
Oh, hang on, I gotta click my guy. Where the fuck's there? He is.
Good night, kiddo.
Am I stuck in combat now, or can I back up?
Oh, good. That one's great next to the 14.
I think I'm in
I'll
combat
give you that
anyway.
14.
What the hell is happening? Oh, those are the orcs.
Yeah.
Are they orcs?
No, they
Or
have.
are they
ogres.
ogres? Sorry, ogres.
You see that?
No, I didn't. Talk
They
again.
look like those.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, I wasted the first opportunity I had to try to turn them against each other. My bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say one of them's gonna take a swing at you to kind of initiate this. Yeah. So D20 plus 6.
Holy
It's a
balls!
hit. That's a hit. 2d8. All right. Well, you took 8 damage, but with a 2d8 plus 4, that's not too bad.
Oh, man.
All right, so discuss your plan of action. I'll be right back. Quick break.
Do you guys want me to buff you first or hit him with an attack?
So dumb.
Might as well hit him with an attack first, dude.
See
Kill
how
him.
much HP they got. I mean, I can hit him with that guiding bolt. That thing fucking 4d6. It's some pretty hard shit. Stefan,
Yeah.
how much HP do you have? Because I can't see your health bar.
15.
Out of
23.
okay. I can also heal you because you're not going to be able to run away, or I can aid
No, now
everybody.
that I'm up there, I'm up there. I'm pretty much up there.
But I can give aid and just give 5 hit points to everybody too. I have a feeling these guys are going to hit like a motherfucker if they did 2d8.
All right. Sorry about that. What do we got going on?
Am I going first, Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going first.
All right. I'm gonna. Which one was the one that hit Stefan? This guy.
This one on the right.
Okay, I'm gonna tap him back with a guiding bolt.
That is a hit.
Suck my dick.
Nice.
Kill him.
Keep in mind you're on the first floor.
Wait, are you saying it doesn't work?
What? No, it totally works. I'm just saying.
Can we see his bar?
Yeah, I can't see it.
Oh,
It was
not-
up.
Sorry about that.
We're not to Bowser yet. This is children.
Can you see the other ones?
Yeah.
I can't see Stefan's or Mims, but I see everything else.
Oh my
That-
god.
that
Apparently,
may be
whatever I page, I copy and paste like your characters from.
Doesn't keep the hit bar thing.
Yeah, like I don't have those particular. Who can't you see? Whatever. It's
I
probably
can't.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so who's up next? Is it an orc or ogre?
It's no, it's Rengar.
Wait,
All right, Rengar, what's up?
dude.
I'm just gonna go at this guy. He disrespected my friend.
All right. That's a hit. That's a hit as well. Sorry, I'm trying to. All right. So he took 8. And he took another 4. All right. So this ogre's he's a huge monstrosity of a thing, but this guiding bolt zaps him. And he's feeling it, and Renga comes in with the brass knuckle, and then follows it up with a swift knee to the balls. But ogres are apparently very hardy. So
They do have pretty balls.
all right, so Renga, he's gonna come back at you. He's got +6 on this. Alright, so 10 damage as he comes down with this huge club. All right, Mim, you're up.
Oh wait.
That's a hit. I'm assuming you're focus firing.
And this guy.
Yeah. So this ball of lightning comes right at him, passes through him. You can see like his eyes like light up, and as the lightning courses through his body, he just kind of he's fighting it off. He's staggering a little bit, but he's still standing. Kind of holds himself up with his club. Dandy, you're up. Okay.
I'm actually gonna do it to the one that's right in front of me because it seems like we're housing the other one. So I'm gonna try to get him like out of the fight so he doesn't try to attack Rengar on his turn.
All right, he gets a -2 on this. That's a pass. Let's hear the. Well, we need a joke that falls flat on an ogre.
I'll say, what what do you call a beast when they get really old? They're ogre the hill. Does my spell stuff ever get better as I level up, or does it just always stay the same?
If you're so it's based on your, so like this one in particular because it's a save against you. It's based on your spellcasting modifier and your proficiency bonus. When you guys reach level 5, your proficiency bonus goes up to +3, so that'll bump this up. Also, if you increase your charisma stat, that's your spellcasting ability. If you increase that modifier, that'll go up as well. So this one will always kind of be.
At what level will we be able to increase those?
At 4, you should have increased something. Like you got 2 ability points to put into one of your stats.
I did not.
Okay, well that's what we went over last time. At the beginning, or not last time. Just before the battle with the Devil Man and Gronst.
Ooh, yeah, a couple times.
Everyone got their. That's when everyone reached level 4, and you got 2 points to spend, which should have been used to either make your odd numbers even or bump up a stat if you're spending it as efficiently as possible.
Oh, maybe I did then. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you did, but I don't know. Anyways, so he hears this joke, and although they don't find it funny, they swing their club and miss, and you can only assume that the joke is why they missed. Varys, you're up.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that'll go up next level, and then it's like 4, 8, 12, 16 is when you increase like an ability. Or a core stat or whatever.
I'm gonna try Sacred Flame on the guy on the right. Oh wait, what does he have to do? He has to do a. Hang on.
That was the damage.
Yeah, I fuck it up every time.
Oh, do they have to do a save or something?
A dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Alright, -1. Alright, he failed that real bad.
All right, I smack Blue Man.
Alright, so he actually put his face into the fire, so he's gonna take a little bit extra damage. Alright, Rengar, you're up.
Knuckles.
Hit. Alright, killing blow. Let's hear it. Keep in mind, there's a giant ogre with a big old club that's been surged with electricity, and his face is on fire. No pressure.
I'm gonna punch him in the stomach, and his ribs are gonna burst, and he's gonna fall to the floor and smack his flaming face off the floor.
Right on. All right, you have another attack. Do you want to use it?
Yeah, on this guy, on the other guy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
That's a miss.
Should I roll for the fury?
Yeah.
The Kung Fury.
All right, so after like your fist like completely deforms this ogre's chest and rib cage, you can feel this fury, but it's totally focused as you put your eyes onto the next victim, and your knuckles start to glow with the bloodthirst that they have, and you're gonna get that +1 to all your attack rolls and +1 to all damage rolls for
Yeah.
a while,
Hot damn.
but it's still a miss. All right, so there's a +6 on this to swing at probably Dandy for that joke.
It's a great joke.
Oh wait, that's not that ogre. My bad.
I killed that one.
My bad. Mim,
See
you're
ya.
up.
Alright.
The ghost of that ogre almost hit you, Dandy.
Yeah, he better fucking step off.
Oh, I missed it with my ghost hand.
Tide of Chaos or just a miss?
I guess I can redo it.
Yay!
That's a hit. All right, so you reach out with your death hand and kind of poke him around a little bit.
You put a ghost
Dandy, you're
finger
up.
in and throw it.
Jesus.
It's good.
What, I'm up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Vicious Mockery.
Failed
I'm gonna
wisdom
do it.
saving throw.
Oh my god.
All right. This guy likes your music, but he doesn't care much for your.
Any of my magic. I'm like fucking worthless here. Alright, I don't even do a good job insulting him. I'm like, you are really great.
Good.
Why?
He hits you with his club. For 14.
Holy fuck!
He gave you a swift old uppercut after you inspired him with your insult.
Alright.
Well.
Well, I have 1 hit point.
Alright, Varys.
I'm moving into Dandy, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at a spell slot level 2. So that's
2d8?
2d8 plus 4, I think. This is my wisdom.
I think it's your wisdom and your proficiency bonus.
Well, it's plus my. 4 is the proficiency bonus for wisdom.
Oh, okay. That's your ability modifier?
Yeah,
Just a 4.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's +6. So roll your 2d8.
Me or is
Yeah,
it Dandy
you.
that? Oh, okay, sorry.
It's your magic. All right, 11. So 17 hit points back to Dandy. Varys essentially rewinds that last blow. Rengar.
Alrighty. Ouch.
That's a miss. That's a hit.
Yeah, that first one was like a pump fake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's plus another one, right?
Yeah.
So it's a 5.
Alright. Poking him down. Mim, you're up. That's a hit.
All right.
Jeez. Alright. Dandy.
I'm just gonna attack him with my sword, I guess.
Your parasol.
Yeah, my parasol.
So you have advantage.
That means I rolled advantage, right?
Yep. That's a hit. Poking him down. Alright, he's gonna swing it. He's gonna swing at you, Rengar. With a +6. So that's a hit. This ogre might not know much, but he knows his club. Oh, whoops. That's not right. $13. Varys.
He took 13 damage.
Yeah,
Oh fuck. All right, I'm gonna guide him. Yep, doesn't do anything.
that's a hit.
It's a hit.
Yep.
All right, I'll take it.
Big old hit. All right, Rengar, you're up. Hit. Hit.
Yeah.
Fist of Fury in there. Oh, that's not what the +1. That should be 2
That is.
more. Oh, both of those have the +1? Okay.
Well, no, the 5 doesn't. But the 7 does.
Okay. All right. Mim. All right, so he's actually got pretty good constitution. Yeah.
Damn it.
He's got good everything. He survives everything.
All right, Dandy, you're up.
I'm just gonna attack him with my rapier. My spells don't work on ogres. And a mist.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just play us a tune. Set the mood. Some Eye of the Tiger, maybe?
I'm attacking Rengar next.
Okay. Dandy, he's gonna take another swing at you.
Might as well. At least I'll do something in this battle.
He takes damage.
15. Ooh.
What?
He hit me. I have a 15 armor class.
He has a +6 to hit.
Oh, of course he does.
It's hard to dodge this giant ogre swinging this giant club. Varys, you're up.
I'm gonna smack Dandy with my cure wound mace.
Okay, roll the d8.
Sorry, but does he still get the modifier? Or does he
Yeah. He still gets the modifier. So,
5? He get 5.
so you get fields for 5, and then Varys, you get to take your action.
Then I will do Sacred Flame again. He has to do a Dex saving throw? Yes.
There's a little fire ignites on his shoulder, and he's trying to put it out.
All right, give him the killing blow, and
Come
Rengar.
on. Yeah.
That's a big old hit.
Holla, holla.
damn it.
Is that enough?
Nope.
No.
Next hit.
Come on, Mimsy.
You want to use a key point?
You do your +1 for your fist for the damage.
Yeah, I added it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Mim, you're up.
Not sure how many levels there are to this House
Well,
of Horrors.
daggers. You hit him in the eyeball.
Yeah.
All right, killing blow.
That's my damage. That's enough.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's just it. Dagger in the eyeball. Falls
Yes.
over. Done.
Right through his eyeball.
All right, so you find you have these 2 dead ogres laying before you. The first step of this tower. You've already intimidated out of the one ninja that the next room is full, or the next room is the initiation room. So you gather that to be the new recruits are likely to be in there. As you at the top of these stairs, you see that the door is closed and it has a bar across it, locking someone in. It's not to prevent anyone from going up the tower or anything like that. It's totally meant to keep those in this next room from leaving.
So we need a save point.
So you are now at the base of this tower. You're committed. The ninjas out front have vowed that you will perish upon leaving without the head of the leader. So there's only one way up. So next time on Dragon Ball Z, gotta take it to the top.
Alright.